Hello, in this video we're going to talk about the Gratavid and Salesforce integration, and specifically we're going to talk about the new opportunity closed won in Salesforce. You can use Gratavid to save when a contact watches a Gratavid, save that in Salesforce. When a contact replies to a Gratavid, save that in Salesforce, and save Gratavid task sent. So when you send a Gratavid, save that in Salesforce, but we're not going to cover those in this video. You can go to our Help Center page and watch more videos on that. Sweet, so let's talk the top one, which is my favorite. And so the way this works is it says when a new opportunity is closed won in Salesforce, aka a donation is made, take some action within Gratavid. So you could say, hey, when that donation comes in, I want you to automatically send a note. That's going to send a Gratavid automatically. Or my favorite thing to do is you can say, create a task so that I can personally thank that contact. This will trigger every time. This is your default rule, or it will trigger with this setup, it would trigger every time. You'll see it kind of works like a waterfall, but most of the time you keep your default rules, do nothing, and then you add some rules right here. So this is where you can say, hey, if the opportunity is greater than or equal to, so okay, if that donation is greater than or equal to $500, I want you to automatically send a Gratavid, or most likely what you say is, hey, I want you to create a Gratavid task so that I can personally thank this contact. So this says, hey, anytime a donation comes in over $500, a Gratavid task will get created, assigned to Will. Will will get notified via the Gratavid app, can record the video quickly, and they'll get notified via email that a task was created for them. If it's less than $500, this will be false, and so it'll go down to default rule, and so nothing will happen. Cool thing about this is if you want to, you can add multiple rules. So you can say, my favorite is if it's a contact's first opportunity, aka a first-time donor, let's create a task and then assign that to Will. And then if this is not true, so if it's not a first-time donor, then it'll go down to the second rule. And then maybe that's where you say, hey, if the opportunity is greater than or equal to, let's do 500, and you even can add another condition if it's greater than 500, and if it's a part of this specific Salesforce campaign. So these campaigns will pull directly from your account. So you can add this campaign filter, or you can kind of leave it off. So that's probably the most common right there. Sweet. And then you can say create task, and then you can manually assign it to someone on your team, or you can say automatically assign the Gratavid task to the Salesforce opportunity owner. And so our system will look at the donation that came in, look at the opportunity, and say what person on your team was assigned to this opportunity, or was the opportunity owner. And then we will create a Gratavid task and then assign that to the exact same person so that they'll get notified. It's a much more scalable way to automatically assign these Gratavid tasks. Then you can even have a backup. So if there's no Salesforce opportunity owner, then maybe assign that to yourself or someone on your team. Sweet. And for the most part, that is how this integration works. It kind of works like a waterfall. So the first rule, evaluate if that's true, that'll run, nothing else happens. If that's not true, then it'll go down to this rule right here. If this is not true, then it'll work its way down. I definitely recommend getting started, literally copying this. So thank first-time donors, ton of research out there on thanking first-time donors. And then the second one is, some kind of threshold for $100 or $500 or whatever. Let's say that that your organization uses recurring donations, and so you don't want to thank someone after they make the second and third automatic $100 donations, those recurring payments. What you can do is you can add some exclusions down here. And so we're going to link to a second video in our documentation that talks about custom exclusions, so make sure to follow that. But you can exclude based off any kind of custom formulas or any fields you have in Salesforce. And then, of course, you can make those formulas whatever you want to. But again, if you're curious about that, make sure to watch the exclusions video on our documentation page. And then in that same light, this is great. That's really great for getting started, first-time donors, and anyone that gives over a certain amount. But what if you want some more functionality or some more customization? So maybe you want to thank someone that sets up a recurring donation, or maybe you want to make someone that has a recurring donation, you thanking them when they first set it up, and now they're making $100 payments each month. But what if you wanted to say, hey, I want to thank them when that recurring object or that recurring total exceeds 5,000 or exceeds 1,000 or whatever that threshold is? You can do that. And the way you do that is we have a feature called custom fields. And so what you can do is you can say, hey, if this custom field in Salesforce, so this opportunity custom field equals a specific value, then create a task and then assign that to Will. So there's just a ton of things you can do with these, totally customizable. Not going to go in a ton of depth here, but if you watch a video on our documentation page, you can follow me step by step as I build out one of these custom fields. It's a really, really powerful and a really customizable way to use Gratavid for whatever your liking is. I see people use it as plan giving, recurring donations, so just a ton of great use cases out there. And for the most part, that is it. So once these are created, I'll go to my task list. You can see I've got Barry Force, pretty creative name right there. You can see opportunity closed one for 550. And so this is what this task is going to look like when it's created through the integration. Again, you can do this from your computer. You can do it directly from the Gratavid app if you have the app downloaded. And because it was created by Salesforce, you get this nice little link right here that says view in Salesforce. You can click on that, and then that's going to take you directly to the constituents page right here. Or sorry, this is take you directly to the opportunity page, so you can get more about the gift, figure out why it was made, and then you even can click on the constituent right here and get more information about that constituent, such as their giving history or their spouse, to really help you personalize that video. And that is it. That is the new opportunity closed one in Salesforce integration. Definitely recommend you check out the documentation, check out our Help Center page, and watch those videos on using custom fields. Sweet. Hope you enjoy it. Let me know if you have any questions. See ya.